everyone. I'm going to demonstrate today how to start a smoker. But since I know I'm the first one up to talk about smokers, I might as well talk about different kinds of smokers, the fuel for smokers, and then I'm going to try to light my smoker. So there are various brands of smokers. This smoker doesn't have a tube inside. I would much rather have one like this. This allows air to get underneath your flammable material. This one, all the flammable material will fall down, your ash falls down and have a tendency to put the fire out. The one good thing it does have a guard on it. I think all new smokers do have guards on so you don't burn yourself. This smoker's a little bit older, but it has I'm going to call it a foot. It slides down in here first and it keeps your flammable material up above, and you puff the air underneath it so it will breathe. This is my main smoker that I have. You can see it has a guard and it has a cylinder that goes inside with holes in it, holes in the bottom. It slides in and it allows air to go underneath and work up as you puff the billows. People always ask me what kind of fuel do I use, and since I'm a frugal beekeeper, I use any organic material that will burn that I can find, and most of it for free. Some of my favorites are like dried stems. This is Joe Pye weed, but I use a lot of teasel and goldenrod stems in some of my out yards where I go. Little pine sticks work great because they start real easy. Pieces of broken frames burn nice. Pine. I own a somewhat pine forest. Pine cones burn really nice, along with pine needles to get the fire started. I got some straw here. Straw does burn pretty good, but it burns really fast and leaves a lot of ash in your smoker. This is sweepings off my driveway after my oaks bloom. The little oak blossoms work great. There's always some leaves mixed in with it, some stems, some sticks. Again, while I'm assembling frames, when I square everything up, I have some fine shavings. I do not like sawdust. Sawdust has a tendency to pack down in the bottom of your smoker and put your fire out. Burlap, if you have a source for burlap that's untreated, that works very good. Do not burn anything in your smoker that may have been treated with a pesticide or something. And my go-to fuel now, after I get the fire going, are wood pellets that would go in a wood pellet stove. 2 years ago, 2019, we had a very wet summer, and I could not get enough dry pine needles, leaves, pine cones to keep enough fire, so I went to burning these wood pellets. They work great. I know a lot of people use wood shavings for like bedding for animals. That works good because you can get some air underneath it. So with that little explanation, we're gonna attempt to light this smoker up. I always start with some newspaper. I like having the newspaper ripped into strips because it'll go down in the smoker good. I usually start with quite a bunch of paper, wad it up, and today we're gonna try to light the smoker the old-fashioned way with just some matches. And even though I don't think there's very much wind today, the wind just blew that one out. That's why you won't see very many beekeepers using matches anymore. There we go. Match in. And I want to get my fire down at the bottom. Fire likes to burn its way to the top without putting it out. So we'll just keep feeding it. I use my hive tool to kind of work stuff down, break some of these stems up, let them get burning. Like I said, I use different stuff to get it going. These little pine shavings, they burn pretty quick. And as I keep billowing air in here, gives a little charge of fire. We want to get, as the fire works down, you want your fuel to keep falling in. One of the things I think most beekeepers do is they get it going about like this. They get some smoke, throw the lid on quick, ready to go, puff it a few times, think it's good, and in about 3 minutes it goes out because the fire's not going good enough. So we gotta keep the fire going until we have a nice fire. I'm gonna put some more paper in here since I put the lid on it, because we want this fire to burn as long as you're working your bees. Now, even with 1 or 2 hives, you can easily spend a half hour, 45 minutes, or an hour, and you don't want to keep going back and having to relight this. That becomes quite the chore. So I like putting up some burlap in, and then I put my wood pellets on top of it so they don't all fall to the bottom of my smoker and get lodged in there. Well, I thought that went pretty good with 3 matches, but I do carry matches in my truck. I have many out yards, and I keep some matches in there just for emergency.